I'm joined by UCO wide receiver Kristian Valeriano after UCO's 31-10 win over Southern Nazarene. Kristian, how do you feel like you performed today?
Feel all right. Just filling out the offense. Brand new here. Quarterbacks play good. I'm ready to go for fall.
And now you had a heck of a catch on the sideline there. Kind of walk through how you were able to maintain possession of the ball and get your feet in.
Saw the sideline, adjusted my feet, made the catch.
And coming in as a JUCO transfer, what kind of has the acclimation process been like for you so far?
Well, I actually wasn't a JUCO transfer. I was at Division I at Wagner University.
Oh, okay.
And it's been a little different, but it's all been good. Trying to learn the system. That's about it.
And how has that process been? Is it vastly different from what you ran at Wagner, or are there some similarities?
I feel like the FCS and the Division II, there's not really much difference. I mean, maybe more coaches, but that's about it. And I definitely came from a different offense, so it was different from that perspective.
And what do you feel like you need to continue to work on heading into the rest of the offseason?
Just staying healthy, getting faster, stronger, getting better communication with my quarterbacks. That's about all.
Well, Kristian, again, congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you so much.
I'm joined by UCO defensive back David Williams following their 31-10 win over Southern Nazarene in their spring game. David, how do you feel like you performed out there today?
I feel like I did good. My main focus today was just to do my job. Last year I was kind of a liability out here, so my main focus was just to be a leader, take that leadership role. I thought I had a pretty good job today.
And you mentioned taking the leadership role. Now, early on, the defense was kind of struggling, and you came down and made a big hit, got everybody going.
Yes.
What does that do for the team when you're able to make a play like that?
My coach TP, he always tells us to be and ignite. So we got guys on our team who can hold a flyer, like Puckett, like Willie, like Connor Johnson. We just need someone who's going to ignite it. And I just go out there and do my best to ignite it because I can hold a flame as well.
And now we lost some guys to graduation, Buck, Hyde, Cody, Mosley. How can you kind of help not only replace the on-field production, but the leadership that they provided?
The leadership that they provided is going to be really hard to reincorporate, but I mean, we are going to bring in new guys and we're going to lead the way that we lead, and now we're just trying to shape a team around what we got and our new values. We still have the same ones, but now we just got to get everybody in with the transfers and like that.
And I have to ask now, because Missouri Western, now you had the fumble. Now watching that, he's coming down, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a targeting call. But then I realized, well, it's fourth down, so it doesn't really matter. Now, were you surprised that there wasn't a targeting call on there?
No, honestly, I got up and I was like, oh my God. I immediately looked at the booth because I thought TP was going to rip me in the headset. But then they pulled the flag up and they looked at it and it was honestly shoulder to, so it was good.
And now, having a great debut season like that, you had the pick against Northeastern State in the comeback. What does that do for you going into this season now?
And honestly just has me have different types of goals. Like my goal last year was to get 3 picks. I honestly only got 2, so I'm just trying to do better, be better as a teammate.
And finally, what do you feel like you have to improve on the most heading into fall camp?
Heading into fall camp, I need to improve my eyes. I need to improve doing my job and leading this team.
Well, David, thank you. Congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you, man.
I'm joined by UCO linebackers All-American Jack Puckett and Reese following UCO's 31-10 win over Southern Nazarene in the spring game. Gentlemen, how do you feel like you all did out there tonight?
All around, I say pretty good throughout, from our ones to our threes to the linebacker room. We had a really solid day. We had a really productive day, and that's what we pride ourselves on. Even the ones that just got the first quarter, we produced, and then the young guys came in and showed that the work they've been putting in the spring has got to pay off, and everyone produced. It's a big thing for us.
That's what I'll piggyback off that. I think everybody tackled really well too. I don't think we had much missed tackles, and I thought we had a lot of turnovers and balls on the ground that we took advantage of. So I thought it was a really good day. The first drive was a little iffy, but we locked in after that, so it's only good.
And for you, Reese, now I know that you got a lot of extended playing time today at linebacker, and a lot of people, know you for your play on special teams.
Yes,
how good was it to be able to fly around in your natural position?
It felt amazing. It felt like I was back out playing football again. And last 2 years I've been learning under Jack, best linebacker in the country right here. So it's really helped me to, elevate my game playing under him and just learning from him. And I think when we're out there together, we can kind of piggyback off each other and just make plays out there and have fun. So
And the defense did. The opening drive was kind of shaky. You all held into a field goal, and then Jack, I believe you had a sack on the following drive. How were you all able to bend but not break on the opening drive, and then put together several good series following that?
Sure. I mean, big thing. Everyone understands there's we got out there series. We gave them a explosive play that allowed them to get down into the range of scoring. Like you said, we did a breakdown here that kicked the field goal. We pride ourselves on being in situations like that, back against the wall. You saw it all in the 2024 season. We have that happen a lot. And just as a guy that I know I can make a difference for everybody, going out that next series, making sure everybody's minds are good. Because the play will come. And like you said, it came when I got that strip sack, and Johnny recovered it. And that's a big thing we pride ourselves on. It's just back against the wall. Who's going to get us out of there? So just find a way.
And now with the graduations of Noah and Zion now in that room, Reese, this might provide some more opportunity for you. How do you feel like you can best position yourself moving forward to eke out more of a prominent role?
Just come in every day hungry to work. I got a bunch of guys that we're all competing for the same spot right now. So big thing for me is just have fun and compete and take every day as a chance to get better, and that's what I plan to do. So.
And finally, for both of you, what do you all feel like you have to improve on heading into the rest of the offseason?
Heading into the rest of the offseason, the biggest thing is take care of our bodies. We've put in a long spring, we've put in a great spring. Time to take care of your bodies, take care of your mind, do well in school, finish up your grades, and then as far as the X's and O's go, offense, take care of the ball a little more, and that's by no means pointing the finger here. Like, we pride ourselves in taking care of the ball and forcing turnovers, and I know they're going to get that fixed. They always do. So I'd say it's the biggest thing from an X's and O standpoint. It's a little different playing a triple option team, preparing minimal days for the spring game, so it's time to roll into some UTD prep and just get everyone excited again for this summer campaign.
Exactly right. That's the biggest thing is this next month is how we're going to get better on the time off and just focus on school and knock it out and come ready for summertime, all ready to work and get better.
Well, Reese and Jack, I appreciate it. I'm wishing you the best of luck this offseason.
Thank you, sir.
I'm joined by UCO defensive coordinator Cody Swanson following their 31-10 win over Southern Nazarene in the spring game. Coach, how do you feel like your unit did out there tonight?
Yeah, I'm really proud of everybody that played in terms of doing their job. We hammered eye discipline with a triple option team, trying to get some stuff fixed from Ferris because it's a very similar offense. So going into a entire install with the transfers was kind of our goal. How are they mentally going to handle it? And I think everybody that played did a really good job. I'm happy that everybody competed. Our main thing is when we tackle, maximize contact, and I thought we did, especially with the ones. So overall, just very pleased with everybody.
And then the opening drive, they were able to move it well. You buckled down and held to the field goal, and then after that, you really put the clamps on. What does that say about you all's ability to adjust so quickly to what was working the previous drive, to then rendering it null and void?
Yeah. So the first drive, that's just the first play of game speed. You know what I mean? It's always tough, which is why I'm happy that we did. The other part was just a mental bust that led to an explosive run. So I'm happy that we stopped with the mental bust. Really just focused on what our responsibilities were. And then once again, just the guys understanding the game plan, a lot of coverage and formation checks, and they did a really good job from top to bottom.
And you mentioned all the transfers and new faces. How do you feel like they're coming along and not only learning the scheme but forming chemistry with the rest of the guys?
So the chemistry part's all about our players. People on our roster right now are great leaders. They're holding everybody together. They're pushing each other. So coming in, I was never worried about the chemistry side of it. Right now, mentally coming in, we really tried to simplify everything down as a defense, and I think it's showing. Now they just need to get more reps together. Other over the summer for the game would be huge. But I think we're extremely athletic as a defense right now. Probably more athletic than last year. We had a lot of production in the mental side leads, which we did a lot, with Buck and Cody last year. But pushing that is just we have to keep building a chemistry with the transfers, right? So today we had 3 out of the 5 DBs were transfers that came in that started. So just getting reps, communication, especially a triple option team, is huge.
And for your returning guys that maybe step into a more prominent role, like your David Williamses, those guys, what have you seen from them this spring in terms of on-field and from leadership perspective?
Yeah, D Will's special. what he can do in the run and the pass is one of the best in the country, to be honest with you. D. Will, we always tell him, is just the mental side of it, and he's done a really good job of sitting in, watching film with us, and seeing how he can do better. And today showed, he made a lot of plays that I haven't seen made. And then the other guys, Abner coming in, extremely athletic. He just really needs to focus on his technique. Cody did a really good job D-line wise. Darius and Zeke played really well. So, I'm just proud of everybody that came in and competed.
And you mentioned the speed and the size. I remember watching the signing day film of your defensive haul, and there was a lot of tall, rangy guys. Why is that important to bring in guys that have the athletic ability, but also the length and the size?
I mean, can't coach athleticism, right? Abner runs a low 4.3. It's easy to coach with that. You know what I mean? So track times are huge for him. Every transfer we brought in was under a 4.5 in the back end. And then D-line wise, we got a pass rusher. That was our goal going into it. Zeke in the middle to stop the run. He's doing a really good job. So in terms just athleticism as a whole, if you're more athletic, you're going to be all right. So that's our huge thing, especially DB wise. Length, Ryan Stewart coming in. Not as athletic, right, but he's more athletic than what you would think. Just being a basketball kid coming into football, he's only played football 1 year in college. He played basketball. So it's just getting the reps that he needs, and it'll come to fruition.
And finally, what do you feel like your unit maybe has to improve on the most heading into the rest of the offseason and fall camp?
Eye discipline. Going back to last year, that's what killed us with mental bust, and going to the Northeastern game, we're in man and we're not covering our man because of our eyes. So that's been my number one thing, is we have to hammer our eyes. We're a lot bigger up front than in the past. We have 8 guys over 280, which hasn't happened. We have nobody under 240. So coming in, we're still going to bring in transfers, but the eye discipline and the checks and the ownership is what we're pushing.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. Again, congratulations on your defense and your win tonight, and I'm wishing you the best of luck.
I thank you. Appreciate it.